Okay, we are, if all's gone according to plan, going to be live right now, and of course my stream decides to go to hell right as we start doing that, because of course it does. Oh, fantastic. I love this stuff. It's great. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. We're going to go live. Okay, let me hit that button. And we should be good. Okay. Yep, no, we're fine. I'm just taking my little Twitch dashboard now. I'm going to adjust the microphone a bit. So, first things first, while I fiddle around up. First things first, while I adjust that. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm setting up a new streaming schedule, and hopefully it's going to be a bit more regular, and a bit later in the evening for me too. So it'll be from around 10:30, 11 o'clock. I think it's just after 11 now, my time. Most nights a week, so we'll see how we go with that, and we'll play from there. Anyway, where were we in Horizon? The good part of this is it means we'll get through Horizon a lot quicker. So, we'll see how we go with that. Okay, that's what we were up to. Yep. Oh, right, yeah, we've got to head back to Meridian, don't we? Yep, and the best way to do that is not to go that way. The games are like, hey, cut around here, or at least Snapmores are. Oh, pardon me. We're going to go this way. That works a little bit easier. It's a little bit faster. Grab that Ridgewood. Keep going down here. So it's not going to be all Horizon all the time with regards to this particular setup. I will be mixing it up a little bit, but for the moment I want to get a bit more Horizon in. I just want to get a bit more medicine in, because we used a little bit on that last fight. More Ridgewood, because I've got plenty, but I always want to make sure I've got enough. Anyway. Medicine, yay! Okay. Yeah, no, the Twitch, the stream looks fine, what I can see. It's probably dropping in and out. My internet seems to have been a little bit iffy tonight in general, but it might have actually just been the stream I was watching before. I was watching Max celebrate a birthday, which was pretty fun. But yeah, so we're just going to keep going through with this. I was also playing Civilization 6, which I've been playing a lot of, and I'll probably stream that later this week. We might do a Civ 6 stream, because that's a good fun game.
I'm glad that's over.
What I might do if we do a Civ 6 stream is I'll do a new game, we'll start a new game as a new Empire and play through like a whole single game of Civ on stream over time, so that'll be a thing that happens. I'm also probably going to try and do some Monster Hunter on stream at some point as well. Being able to do this 5 nights a week, or the plan is to do this 5 nights a week, means that I should be able to put in a bit more variety into what I do, and more importantly, I think it's going to help me build a more regular audience as well, which is what I actually want to do. No, I can't have that. Got this fire though. Because I feel like not being able to stream as regularly as I have been means that my audience isn't really building up. So, just gonna, pardon me. I'll try and do that. You see me reaching behind me, there's actually a pretty good reason for that. In fact, I'm gonna show you guys something cool. Anyway, yeah, if you see me looking behind me, it's because that's where my stream computer's set up. I got a new MacBook as a birthday present, 'cause it's actually my birthday this week, and I wasn't expecting it. I was quite surprised by it, and I'm pretty happy about it. It's a 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro, Core i5, 8GB RAM, and the 512GB hard drive. Yeah, that's just what I'm using behind me here to monitor the stream with, so I can just look around behind me and have that open. I have an older MacBook, a MacBook Air, but I was mostly using iPads to monitor the stream just so I could have them sitting there, but I decided to try this tonight, just to see how it went. Is that gonna... he's not gonna aggro. He might if I go for that though, and I do want to go for that because it's medicine.
For later.
There we go. No, they didn't aggro. Cool. But yeah, so yeah, I got a nice new MacBook, which I'm also gonna see about using the MacBook to do some video stuff with as well, video editing primarily. Just see how it handles that. Mostly with Final Cut Pro. I'm going to experiment. A couple of years ago, I was making videos called Daily Gaming News, where I was putting together like a 2 or 3 minute news video on YouTube, and they were just, you know, video game news. I've been considering starting that back up, and I think that this MacBook might be a really nice, handy little way of doing that. So that's going to be something we'll look at as we come into all this. So is that medicine? Yeah, it was. Good. Medicine's what we need. Now, where are we going here? We've actually... see, the game wanted us to go that way, which is probably shorter, but we actually went all the way around that way, which was nowhere near as short, but it kept us on the road. And I'd rather have stayed on the road there, because there's a whole bunch of nasty snap maws you got to fight. Otherwise, if you don't do that now, where am I going here? That's right, I've got to cross. Yeah, I know where we're going. That way. Or that way. One of these ways. How am I so confused? I legitimately thought that way was that way on... sorry, that way was that way on the map for a moment there. I got really turned around. That was really odd, because that normally doesn't happen to me. I'm normally pretty good with having a sense of direction in a game. Particularly a game I played through in its entirety before, like this one. But apparently, just had to mess that up. Still, look at this gorgeous, gorgeous game. It's a good, big game. Oh, snap maws. We're just going to go this way. I hope they don't notice us. So the benefit of always rolling is that you don't jump out of stealth. If I sprint, I'm not in stealth. So that's me sprinting, and now I'm not in stealth. But if I do this, if I jump into stealth, I can just roll everywhere. I move nearly as fast, I think, or about as fast, but I'm not... what's going on there?
No, please help.
Okay, let's help this guy out. Okay, that's that guy dealt with. Nice.
Thank you, Nora. If you hadn't another victory for the Sundom.
Yes. Victory for the Sundom.
I never thought a Nora would say
Good
that.
for the Sundom.
Thank you.
Ah, okay.
You gave me a second chance at life. Thank you.
Yep. That's exactly what I do now. Am I going the right way? No, because the path is actually up there. Because this is the back of the quarry that leads to this place, which is Cut Cliffs. Yeah, so it's the big quarry. We actually do have a quest there eventually to do, but we're not going to be doing that right yet. But yeah, that's Cut Cliffs as we're coming up around it. That's a fun quest too, that one. You have to fight a big machine. Yeah, I can see you there. I can certainly see you in the chat there. So I've got to look around behind me to see the chat. So, hey, let me know if it all sounds right. Actually, I'd really like to know if it sounds right and if the streams are coming up okay. The problem is that there's no like noise or notification with the chat. So I can't tell when people chat. I have to actually remember to look behind me and check because I've got no other way of seeing it. And a smart man would set the laptop up in front of them somewhere, so I just look to the side. But I don't have any space on this desk to do that at the moment. So might have to sort something out about that at some point. There we go. There's Meridian. It's looking good over there, actually. Oh, what was that? Yeah, pick that up. Medicinal Oak Bloom. Need that. Now we're nearly maxed on medicine too, so that's really cool. Where are we? Should have had some Pringles. Oh well. It's probably a bit late in the evening for Pringles. I'm still trying to decide if I need the lamp beside me on or off. I had it off before and it looks really dark in the camera. But I've got like a lamp off to the side there. We'll see how we go with that over time. Camera handles low light really well though, I noticed. Looks really well. Anyway. We are in Meridian. We're going, forget exactly where we end up going here, but this is where this Erend side quest gets really good.
Arrested two for disorderly conduct last night. You don't want to know what they were doing.
Actually, the delay that you're seeing is actually Twitch. It's mostly to do with the fact that there is a delay, probably maybe 20 to 30 seconds between me sitting here and recording it and it actually being picked up by the viewer's end, depending on a whole bunch of things. But there is generally a bit of a delay.
No one goes into the palace without an invitation.
I guess hang on. Oh, I've got to talk to this guy.
Greetings, Aloy. I am known as Blameless Murad. Please come with me. You're needed for an important consultation.
What do you mean? Where's Erend?
He's inside, attending the Sun King, where we should be without further delay. Follow me, please.
All of these people are here to see the Sun King.
Yes, and each has come to ask a favor of him. Unpleasant, but that's politics. The Sun King is eager to meet you.
Okay, we gotta go this way. Sorry, I just got a text message. Blameless Murad's a cool guy. He actually has a pretty important role in the story as we go on. He's a pretty cool dude. Anyway, we get to see the Royal Palace of Meridian, which we haven't been to yet.
Passed by some Outlander woman, Onyx. I waited 2 hours in Stormo against the front of the line.
Ignore them. Nobles are like children in wine. They don't get a second helping of dessert.
Just so you know, your comment didn't go through because it got picked up by the auto mod.
What's the Sun King like?
The most important thing is what he isn't like. His father. I think you'll find him to be a reasonable man.
And we get to meet the king. So this is where we meet
Aloy
the Sun
of
King.
Nora, she who sees the unseen. Welcome. It would seem you have done me a great service. Erend, tell her what you found.
I checked Ursa's tomb. You were right, Aloy. The body is missing a scar below her right knee. I gave it to Ursa when we were kids, fighting over a toy sword.
If the body is not Ursa's, then we must assume she is still alive. And I will not abandon her.
We only know she was taken, not who took her.
I can help with that. Ursa has an enemy among the Oseram. A warlord named Dervahl.
Impossible. Every clan in the claim has been hunting for him since the liberation. He has to be dead by now.
No other Oseram had the motive and ingenuity to lure Ursa into this trap. I expect to find him lurking somewhere near the border. I've already sent an agent to investigate. He'll be waiting for word from us at the marketplace in Pitchcliff.
I can't move troops to the border without provoking the Oseram. But I could send a few vanguardsmen. And perhaps an exceptionally gifted Nora as well. Erend, Murad, let me discuss it with her privately. I hate to impose further after all you've done, but this is a matter of great importance to me.
Oh, just give me a moment. I've got a controller cable port. That's fine.
It sounds like Ursa means a lot to you.
Without her Oseram vanguard, I would not have been able to liberate Meridian and end my
There we go.
father's brutal reign. Since then, it has been difficult to maintain peace between our tribes. But Ursa has a way of making our people see reason. So you see, I need her back at my side. And quickly.
Who is Dervahl exactly?
To understand Dervahl, you must first understand my father. He truly thought of himself as a sun god. His mind was broken. He believed that blood sacrifice would solve, well, everything. So he raided the other tribes for victims, especially the Oseram. Dervahl fought back. He crafted powerful weapons and rallied his people. My father responded with the ultimate cruelty. He captured Dervahl's wife and daughter and sacrificed them in the Sun Ring.
So, why would Dervahl go to so much trouble to kidnap Ursa?
He felt she betrayed him. She fought by his side until she realized he planned to raise Meridian and butcher its people. And she came to me. Together, we stopped him and liberated the city from my father. Dervahl has spent every moment since trying to get revenge. Mostly on the other Oseram who fought with us. He made so many powerful enemies. I thought we'd seen the last of him. I was wrong.
The killers who attacked the Nora. I've discovered that they're a faction of Shadow Karja called the Eclipse. They're digging up ancient weapons. Machines that corrupt and control other machines. They want to use them to strike Meridian.
What you're saying echoes reports I've received from Murad. A Shadow Karja splinter group. Corrupted machines across the land. When will this attack come, do you know?
I'm not exactly sure.
And we will do what we can to prepare. But in the meantime, Ursa is my highest priority. Please, help me find her.
I'd like to ask you something about the Sundom and its politics.
By all means.
Okay, so I'm just going to go through all the dialogue options here, just because this is the first time we're seeing them. I'm not going to say much while this goes on. And I'll talk a lot more about Avad at the end of this, because there's a lot to say about him.
They call you a sun god who killed his own father in order to unite the tribes in harmony. Is any of it true?
They say you can see the invisible, split an arrow at 50 paces, and tame machines at a glance. How much of that is true?
It's not too far off.
Well, I would like to unite the tribes in harmony, but you saw how many courtiers I have to deal with first. Maybe next week.
Quite a place you've got here. You can almost see the little people below the mesa.
You don't approve? Well, I have a secret for you. Neither do I. But we must be patient. Change won't come in a single sunrise.
But will it happen at all, while men live in palaces?
It might. Eventually. If people like you help me bring it about.
Your politics seem very complicated. The Oseram are friends, but enemies too?
I couldn't have liberated Meridian without the help of Ursa and her Oseram freebooters. Many of them have settled here. But the Ealdormen of the Oseram clans in the claim have become jealous of their success. So have many Karja nobles. It's a volatile situation, especially given the fact that my father raided the Oseram for years. Ursa helps keep the peace, promising a future based on mutual gain. But some, like Dervahl, will never let go of their venom.
What can you tell me about the Shadow Karja? What do they have to do with Ursa?
They are remnants of my father's regime, holding out at the fortress of Sunfell to the west. Like him, they care only for domination, and seek to draw upon the power of the sun by spilling blood in its name. Since Ursa helped me take this city from them, they were perfect scapegoats. Dervahl knew this, of course, and planned it well.
I need to get going.
I know. Well, they say kings should never beg. But please, help me find Ursa.
Who says that?
Well, Murad, for one. Don't hesitate to ask him or Erend if you have further questions.
Alright. Okay, boy, there's a lot to talk about. Also, there's a, this thing here. Did I get it? There we go. Yeah, so that should give me a little notebook. Yep, founding a Meridian. So this is just a description of how Meridian came to be. I'm not gonna settle too much on this, but yeah, that's how Meridian came to be. A little bit of early story. So Avad is someone that the game has built up for us for a while now, which I think is kind of cool. But yeah, we have all this stuff built up. I think there's a couple things we can say to Erend right now.
So, I thought Ursa was dead, and I thought Dervahl was dead. Dead doesn't seem to mean what it used to. Or maybe I'm just an ass. Whatever. All I know is that it's time to find my sister and get some payback. I hope Murad's guy grabs us the lead.
Did Ursa ever tell you anything about Dervahl?
We were both under his command for a while. Sort of. Helped him recruit an army to take out the Mad Sun King. But then he got real creepy with Ursa. Needless to say, she wasn't interested, but he wouldn't let it go. Not to mention the fact that we realized he wanted to murder every Karja, not just the bad ones. Long story short, he's a grazer-licking dungbag.
Avad seems committed to finding your sister.
Yeah, those two got along. And some people say they shacked up, but I don't buy it. Seems a little skinny for her. Oh, okay, some bad images are forming in my head. Let's just focus on finding her. And kicking Dervahl's ass.
So this is optional dialogue. You don't
stand me up and pitch,
have
okay?
to
Ursa needs us.
you don't have to do it. but it's there. Now, Pitchcliff is actually the location of another quest. It's we've actually been out this way once already, but yeah, it's this place here. We went out here for a related quest a while ago, but we were going this way, as I recall. Maybe not up there. No, I think we did go up there. We went somewhere anyway. The point is that yeah, Pitchcliff is actually we've actually picked up. We actually had an alternative quest there that we'll get. I've either already picked it up or I will pick it up on my way there, but it's going to be a bit of a hike to get to Pitchcliff, but that's our next port of call. I will just check what the quest is. So this is, yeah, into the Borderlands. This is level 15, so it's definitely... oh, that's right, it's this quest here. So I mentioned that there was another quest. There's this Death from the Skies quest, which is also in Pitchcliff. And we'll very likely knock that quest over while we do this quest as well. So we've got that quest as well eventually, which we will also eventually do. So that's really cool. But yeah, Avad. The game spends a bit of time building Avad up. You know, early on, when you first find out about what's happened in Meridian, you know that the Karja, when you talk to, in fact, when you talk to Erend for the first time, or Erend or Olin, back during the proving, you find out, of course, that he's been, how to say, oh yeah, you find out that, you know, he liberated Meridian from the Sun King, the Mad Sun King. You know, all this stuff's happened. His father was a tyrant. It's very Game of Thrones, actually, you know, liberating from Tyrant King and all that kind of stuff. So this is actually a data point about that liberation. Yeah, 21st year of the 13th Sun King Jiran, who is Avard's father. Yeah. And yeah, he was killed. Yeah. So, and yeah, Avad basically liberated the city from his own father, which mustn't have been easy for him, because I mean, it's his dad, but obviously his dad was, at that point, basically murdering everyone from the other tribes, because of course they believed that would appease the machine gods, because it was, of course, the machines becoming more and more aggressive that drove him to do this. Anyway, the point is that you get built up on Avad a fair bit, and when you finally meet him, it's very casual. He's clearly not a guy who stands on ceremony very much. You know, he's quite happy to just let you walk right up to him and say your piece. I mean, obviously you had Blameless, God, I've forgotten his name, but you had that guy, you know, lead you to him, but of course he's a trusted advisor, obviously, and all that, and Avad comes across as a pretty reasonable guy. He seems, you know, he clearly wants to make up for the sins of his father. He wants to, you know, rebuild trust with the other tribes and all this stuff. He's genuinely interested in that, and that actually, he actually comes across as a very sort of interesting character, I think, because, like, more or less all the major characters in this game are... They're complex. Like, there's no one in this game that I think is overly simplistic. Even when we get to them later on, you'll meet some of the antagonist characters that we haven't really encountered yet, the Shadow Carja guys. Even those guys, once we understand what they're about, which we'll find out more about them, it becomes clear that there's a lot more going on here than what at first may seem. And that's one of the really great things with this whole game, is just the layering of all the story components together and all that stuff. But Avard's very definitely, I think, one of the more interesting characters to me. I think Erend, of all the characters in the game, Erend's probably my favourite other than Aloy. I definitely think Aloy is the best character in the game, like, just overall. I think she's by far the most interesting character, and it just so happens she's also the character you play as. But one nice thing with Aloy is that she's very clearly not a blank slate for the player either. She's got her own sort of ideas and motivations, and in a way, I mean, a lot of people might view that as a negative because this kind of game, which is fundamentally, I guess, a role-playing game to some extent, a lot of people like a character who is someone who they can put themselves into. But Guerrilla very clearly thought that it would be better, pardon me, it would be better for this game if Aloy was a more nuanced character, and instead of being a blank slate for the player, she was instead a character that the player, could, the player didn't have a lot of control over the direction they took her in terms of the story and her behaviour and everything, but at the same time, so they make her a character that the players should like and get along with. And the risk, of course, then, if you do that in any kind of game like this, The Witch is another good example of a game like this. I'm just rolling up through here, it's all good. There's a Shadow Carja. Oh, I guess we're fighting Shadow Carja now. Oh, he's a strong guy too. He's got one of the big guns.
Sun's gonna shine.
Is that all of them? That's what I got to do. Should be everything. Oh, ow! Ow! That was annoying. Well, that went well. If we go down here, I should.
Nora, please. I need to talk.
Yeah. Yeah, give me my reward box. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, these Shadow Carja patrols become a thing a little bit more frequently.
One less enemy of the Sundom.
Yeah, we did well. Should have gone through and empty my inventory out at some point there too. Where are we going? Got to turn up that way. Yeah. That's right, I know where we're going. Yeah. Cool. I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I just had to check some text messages. My phone goes on to do not disturb mode after about 11:30. I did that deliberately. But what it means is that if I get a text message sort of right on 11:30, I do have to be a little bit careful. Want to not aggro that. Could override it, I suppose. I don't know if I've got these ones, if I can override these guys. I can, cool. Hey, it's just a stalker, isn't it? A strider, yeah. Mountings are kind of... even with that upgrade, I still find mounts annoying a little bit. But we'll ride on. We'll look at that jump. Okay. I think this is the right way to go. Yeah, across the river and then up that way. It's actually a normal campfire here, so... So that means we've never actually taken this path. No! Damn it! That's what we want.
Here we go!
Here we go indeed. Another one just up here. They're all over the place here, aren't they? Oh, I like this one as well. Geez, those campfires are very close together though, aren't they? Look, that's like... that one there. I suppose if you come from this pathway here, and you've gone down that way, you'd miss this campfire altogether, so... Incidentally, that's a place in there that I think we'll be coming back to... I think that might be the place we come back to... Oh, no. I want to go this way. But I think we come back to that place maybe as part of the Olin's storyline that we haven't actually done yet either. We'll be doing that probably actually once we're done with Erend's story. It sort of makes sense to catch them both at the same time. Oh, look at that gorgeous background of that drawing. It was looking good until that drawing happened. I'm just gonna run through here. So we've actually gone this way. We're good. There we go. Look at that moonrise over that mountain over there. Love how many stars there are in the sky, too. The skybox work in this game is absolutely spot on. Oh, snap moors. Snap moors. Just keep riding. Didn't even notice this. Okay, we're getting up into the mountains now, because as you might imagine, the area we need to get to is in fact a mountainous area. Oh boy, it's those guys. They're corrupted too, so that'll be fun to deal with. Campfire. And a cute little bridge.
I'll tuck that away.
Cool, we're maxed out in medicine now, so... Oh boy. Just ride. Don't need to do anything stupid, just ride. As far as I'm aware, the Glinthawk quest here in Pitchcliff is not related to the Erend storyline. They're separate, but it's just the first time you come to Pitchcliff, the Glinthawk quest is there. Which is probably what will happen once we get here. We'll start seeing the whole town being attacked by the Glinthawks. And so it may just be to even get into Pitchcliff we need to do the first part of that quest. Drop off now here, because that's Pitchcliff just there in fact. So more or less cross this bridge. Not 100% sure if the Glinthawks and the Erend quest, it might even be that the Erend quest doesn't happen, cancels it out, because we should be being attacked by Glinthawks right now coming into Pitchcliff and we're not.
This must be Pitchcliff. Murad's agent should be.
Oh, you know why? Because this is our active quest, and that's not our active quest. So that'll probably be why. Oops, yep.
Will the attacks keep coming?
Here we go.
No sign of Murad's guy. He's had plenty of time to investigate.
We'd better look for him.
Damn right.
Well, someone left here recently, and they were in a hurry.
Oh boy, were they. Curious to know how Erend got here quicker than me. Well, that looks like our operative.
Has to be Murad's guy. Dervahl's thugs must have made him.
Maybe because he found something. Look at this. I think he drew a map with his own blood.
Right. Those kind of maps you know you better follow.
That might be Pitchcliff. He marked a spot to the north. Could be Derval's location.
My men are waiting outside of town. I'll grab them and meet you there.
Okay, that's not the way I want to go. Is it? No, this is the way I want to go. I got turned around completely just then.
What will we do now?
So now we've just got to go up there and do our stuff. So Pitchcliff is an Osseram town. It's actually in Osseram territory, which you don't see a lot of in the game. Like it's implied that there's more. If I just bring up the map, it's implied that there's sort of more Osseram out here, mostly. And there's yeah, it's sort of implied that Osseram is this area, like around here. Like if they were ever going to build an Osseram expansion, it would fit onto the map in this area. Because there is over here, I think it's this place here that isn't showing up with the name because I don't think I've actually been there yet. But this is also an Osseram town that we'll get to go to at some point. In fact, there's a quest there that we should go and pick up at some point because it's really fun. We meet some really cool characters. But yeah, I think, I'm pretty sure that's it there. That's an Osseram town we can get to. In fact, for whatever reason, there's actually no quests that lead you to that location. There's another place, let me just think where it is. There's another place over here in the Nora area that's like that too, where it's actually a town that you basically never get any kind of a quest to go to. It's just there, and if you go to there, there's quests. But if you don't, you won't get any quest that points you to it or anything like that. I forget where it is. I think it might be... no, it's not Mother's Crown. Because you do go to Mother's Crown. But there's a place... I'm certain there's another place over here that I didn't even know existed until someone showed me a long time ago. But this place is a place that you don't... You go through on your way to somewhere else, but you don't necessarily get a quest that points you directly to it. So that's cool. Anyway, I want to go up that way. So I want to, yeah, I should definitely craft some arrows. What else? I need to craft some of those. No, that's not what I want. Craft those. Everything else is maxed out. Excellent. And away we go. A mount may or may not still be there. This area looks really nice during the day. Obviously at night it's a bit rough, but... sorry, I probably need... Yeah, I definitely need your resources. Look, it was right there, okay? And I do need its resources. Here we are, around this, yeah. Oh, this guy's got a problem. Quick tear. Whoa, right into that. That might actually kill him. Ow. certainly did kill it. That did a lot of damage actually, it's really good. There's a part of me that really wants to hold on to this Ravager cannon so that I can use it up here. Also, there's a lot of creatures that got aggroed when he took that thing down. Gonna try and hold on to this for as long as we can, because, oh boy. I'm sure I can sneak with it though.
Okay, they're heading back.
It's a snap hole. That's a dead snap hole. Wow, this Ravage cannon. Like, that was 3 snap holes. Oh, that was amazing. That was completely amazing. Like just, you know, 3 snap maws, all dead. Who cares about 3 snap maws? I don't think I've ever actually used a Ravager cannon before now. Just never really had the desire to. Okay, we got to get up there. I'm not probably not going to be able to carry this up there because I think I've got to climb. Yeah, just let me check. Oh yeah, no, I keep going this way. So anyway, there's a Stormbird above us right now. I'm sure the Ravager cannon is going to be too useful. But I'm going to push it with this Ravager cannon. Oh, is this the quest we have to take on the Stormbird? Is that this quest or is that the Glint? I think that's the Glinthawk quest, not this quest. But yeah, there is a quest. The Glinthawk quest that you do in Pitchcliff does eventually involve taking down a Stormbird. So that'll be fun for us when it finally happens. How am I going to get to keep this? No, because we're going to cutscene.
Machines. Looks like they've been chained up.
Durval's a tinker. He probably experiments on them, or strips them for parts.
Maybe I can use them to make some trouble. I'll go in first. Hold off until the fighting starts.
All right, we've got your back.
Yeah, so the best way to do this is to pretty much just, because they're all corrupted. I think they're all corrupted. Hang on. I'm trying anything stupid. No, but it is a Ravager and it is weak. I should really...
Got their attention?
Okay, that rope is dealt with. This bird should be dealt with now. Nope, alright. Still not flat.
Intruders! Unleash the machine! Shoot their chains!
Okay, that one's dealt with. Eyes dealt with. Oh boy, we got some weapons. So we gotta push this Ravage drop into the good. Stealth isn't going to be our approach here, by the way. Oh, fire devastates humans. Especially now I've got it like buffed like I have.
Too high.
Oh wow, that was a lot of damage. Good leader. Good dead leader. Jeez. Whoops. Okay, where'd that come from? Small machine over there. Also, I need to make more armors. Aloy. Aloy, please. Aloy.
Do it.
Okay, that machine's done. Cool. I didn't do it.
I can kill you.
No, you can't. You're dead. Still there.
Got all I need to finish you off.
Oh, oh, my accuracy.
This one's
Good night.
wipe us out.
Yeah, I'll wipe your out. Come on. Just a million
Got you now.
Shoot you with my eyes closed.
Should be. There we go. That's them all cooked. Now, let's loot as many as we can before any cutscenes happen.
Healing supplies. Lucky.
Yes, actually that was really handy. Because I've used all my medicine up. Oh, that's right, they have the change machines here, don't they? I forgot about that. Yeah, health potion would be a bad idea. No, that actually is like a loot one. Oh, there's actually still a guy over here that we didn't count. Oh no, it's just that. Nice. Let's keep going. See, these machines are all just chained up. They can't attack us. Oh, I remember this, yeah. I know what's happening now.
Derval says you gotta eat dirt.
Boss battle. How does he not see it there?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just keep setting him on fire. Erend, out of my way, mate. Come on. Erend, please. I think Erend will kill him.
Don't lose your wits or anything else. Ursa must be in there. We have to get through.
Yeah, okay.
It's locked. Must be one of Dervahl's paralyzers. Stay put until I find a way past it.
Conveniently, though, we can loot from out there.
They must use these to protect themselves from that awful sound.
Yeah, we'll pick up the fire spit. I'm not sure we're going to need to use it, but we'll pick it up. I don't think there's anything in here we have to fight, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to have to drop it to get through this door. No? Hang on. Hang on a second. Have I done the wrong thing? Oh no, that's right, we've got to... No? What have I missed? Oh, it's down there. Oh, I've got to disable that, that's right. Forgot. There we go. Now let's investigate his workshop.
Ursa!
Erend? Dervahl tried to break me. Shows what he knows.
I should have been with you. Why didn't you come for me? I know I'm a useless trunk, but...
No, idiot. I got a message from Dervahl saying he wanted to parlay. I didn't come for you because I knew it was a trap. I couldn't let you get hurt. Just didn't think it'd be that good a trap. Thought I could take him out. Now listen. Dervahl's planning something big in Meridian. He said he'd force Avad to watch as the smoke darkens their precious sun. Your king needs you. No more playing around. You're gonna have to grow up fast.
I will. I promise.
You damn well better, little brother.
Ursa. No, no. Please. I won't let you down. I promise.
Erend, I'm so sorry.
You've got to find Dervahl. But Meridian's a big place.
I'll look through his things. Maybe we can narrow it down.
So, we finally get to meet Ursa for like 30 seconds.
Just notes about crafting.
Oh, and some sweet, sweet coils. Take all that.
Lots of blaze. Headed to Meridian. If we find it, I'll bet we find Dervahl too. What's Dervahl learned from all his tinkering? Do I even want to know?
Probably not, but yeah.
think I found something that can help. Let's head back to the palace.
Go. I won't be long, but I need to tend to my sister.
Is there anything more he says?
Just give me some time with Ursa.
Yeah, no, so you meet Ursa, who, of course, again, is built up as being this awesome character. And, of course, first you just think, oh, you know, she's dead. And she's built up as being this really awesome, really cool character. And, then... you finally get to meet her, and, yeah, she dies. But I guess, at least it's, you know, like, at least Erend gets to be there for her at the end and all that stuff, so that's really cool. Also, all those, creatures... that were chained up have suddenly been killed. So that's neat. But yeah, oh no, not all of them, okay. I'm not done with all of them. They can't escape, as far as I know. Pick up some more of those, and I think I need a couple of these too. There we go. But yeah, Erend and Ursa, and it's a great character moment for Erend because he actually gets to hear from Ursa herself, you know, that he really does need. Because the big problem he had, of course, was that she died without him there, and he always felt really responsible. But of course now he gets to be there, she dies. But yeah, it's kind of a shame there's not more Ursa in the game. I think the way she's built up is as this really cool character. I think I sort of wonder if she might have played a good foil for Aloy at certain points in the game, but obviously they decided that one incredibly strong female character is more than enough. That's where I dropped the cannon. It's got no armor, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, one incredibly strong female character is more than enough for this game, so guess they just left poor Ursa by the wayside there. But she is a good character, like more in terms of what you hear about her rather than what you actually see of her in the game. But it is neat that you get to see her. I was so disappointed. The first time I did this, I actually thought that I'd stuffed it up in some way that had caused her to die and that it was possible for her to not die. But I later discovered that that's not the case. She does always die. We're gonna head, we're gonna head back to Meridian again. So we've got to make our way all the way back down, and that will be sort of the last part of this quest. Like I said, this is the secondary story quest, really. Also, I leveled up then, so I have 3 skill points, which means I can get Leader Strike, which we want. Leader Strike's good. It's strong. Oh, I don't have the cannons for the snap walls. Let's run.
They're angry.
Let's just run. Also, I need medicine, don't I? Yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna have to do a fair bit of running. Looks like we don't have to do that Glinthorpe quest yet, so we're probably going to end up making our way back up here at some point, so we can do that. Oh no, well we could just do it now, because there it is. That's it happening right now. I have no medication though.
This must be pitch black. No, my goal for tonight is to get the rest of the Erend story quest out of the way, so we're gonna skip that. We're just gonna keep working our way down. We'll come back here after that to finish that quest off, so we'll have to make our way back up here on our own. Because that quest involves killing those and then doing some investigation and then fighting off a Stormbird, which I am not in any condition to do currently. I actually need to find medicine, so we're going to get from here to Meridian via basically as much medicinal herbs as possible right now, because that's what I really need. Which way is going to want me to go here? Yeah, of course.
So yeah, anytime I see medicinal stuff, I'm probably going to pick it up. Anyway, we get to see what this part of the world looks like in the daytime now. And it's quite pretty. There is a lot of fog around at this point in the day, so not seeing it. You can come up here and it's not as foggy. You can come up here in the blistering rain, it feels really horrible. Like, it's that really uncomfortable. No, that's not what I wanted. I need fire killing root. I need medicine. I need a lot of medicine. Fortunately, there's some right there.
Never know when I might need these.
Oh boy. Boy, do I know. Might try and go via the stealth blast here through here as much as I can. No, it's fire killing room. I didn't need to grab that. Let's chill, whatever it is. Don't need to grab that either. It's a dead watcher, which I don't need to loot. Is that fire killing root? Or is that? Yeah, it is. Just want medicine, damn it. There we go, wild ember.
Save these for the trail.
Try and get at least 2 bars of medicine up before we get back to Meridian, because there's going to be a fight. There's going to be a lot of fight. What's that? Oh no, this is the way back. I kept thinking for some reason the game had sent me on a slightly different route to the way we came up, but it hasn't. And yeah, we're going via every one of those. What's that? It's medicine.
Can't be too prepared.
Still got to get the other cauldrons too at some point too, so I might. I think I'm actually high enough level to take them all on now, especially because I've actually done the hardest cauldron already. And I would like to do all of the cauldrons before we finished off. I love the effect here with the sort of little bits of snow having come down the mountain. That's oh no, that's medicine. Is that? No, it's not. Okay, cool. Apologise to everyone. I just made incredibly dizzy just then. 12% health, eh? I'll grab some ridgewood just to have a little bit extra as well. I've got like 1600, which should be more than enough to get through the rest of the game, but never have too much ridgewood. That's, yeah, corruption blaze. What's that up there? Is that fire killing? Yep. That is not fire killing, that's medicine. So this is the benefit of not using fast travel, is that you can just build up medicine on your way back, and I feel like that's kind of half the point of having to travel, having to walk everywhere, is to get your medicine up before the next sort of major event. Ooh, speaking of major events, let's just a little bit of a bypass here. Oh no, oh boy. Now, the game actually wants us to go that way. That's correct. Hang on. Hang on. There's a different way we can do this. There we go. Nice and easy. And we might get some more medicine out of it too. Yeah, we've got a second bar. And we're building a second bar now, so that's what I wanted to do. I'll try and keep working towards that.
Need them soon enough.
Oh boy, will we. Besides, this way you get to see all the pretty scenery. Look at this platform game. Side-scrolling Aloy action there. Man, a side-scrolling platformer with Aloy would actually be really cool, like an iPad game. Like, years and years ago, when EA brought out Mirror's Edge, they actually brought out a iPad game that was Mirror's Edge, and it was a side-scrolling game that used actually pretty cool touch control. Like, Faith would move more or less automatically, but you had touch controls, like swipe gestures that you could use to make her jump and roll and do all that stuff, and it felt really good to play. And I'll be honest with you, I think it might actually be the best Mirror's Edge game, and I say that as someone who loves the original Mirror's Edge and thinks that Catalyst is a flawed game. Catalyst is fine.
Keep that for later.
You know what? After this, after we've done Horizon, I think we should do Mirror's Edge Catalyst, because I want to talk about that game a lot. Because I have a lot of things to say about Mirror's Edge Catalyst. And some of them are good. Like, for example... Oh, that's a fire we haven't before. Like, for example, the actual parkour and movement in Catalyst is fantastic. Like, Catalyst's big weakness... Mirror's Edge Catalyst's big weakness by far is that its story is just dull. The people you interact with and deal with just aren't very interesting, and it overall comes across as just not very good. But its actual, the way it plays, like the movement and the parkour action in it and all that stuff, feels fantastic. Also has a stompingly good soundtrack, which is actually I'm not quite sure I'd put it up as good as the original Mirror's Edge. The original Mirror's Edge has one of my favourite video game soundtracks of all time, but Catalyst isn't that far behind, and the same guy, Solar Fields, who did the original game, did come back and do Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I think the big problem with Catalyst, though, is it doesn't have that standout song that the original game had, that Still Alive track that was the original Mirror's Edge, not the other Still Alive. But the Mirror's Edge, the original Mirror's Edge theme song, which is that piano, that sort of dance piano thing that they used in the trailers and plays at the end of the game, is called Still Alive. And it was just a really odd choice of name for that song when Portal had just come out not long before, so you had at the same time these two games with Still Alive playing, with a song named Still Alive. I've just been rolling so I can stay in stealth for as long as possible. Is this the right way? Yeah, it is. Actually, I've just realised I think the game's actually taking me off the path to get here. Oh no, the path's there. No, we're right. We're good.
Keep quiet now.
I could always just sneak up on this guy and override him too. And then just leave him there. I don't have any desire to actually ride it. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want medicine. I still want medicine. Come on. Give me medicine. Okay, no medicine here. Looks like there might be some just there.
I'll shake it out later.
One thing you don't get in this game actually is staying wet effects after getting out of water. Doesn't really happen all that much. Yeah, we're going to be pretty ripe for medicine, so that's good. My strategy of stopping by every medicinal plant along the way so far has more or less worked. There's a few more we can get. Oh, they going up? No. Good. There we go, we've got a third bar now, so... Meridian's not too far away now. Just trying to gather a little bit more medicine as we go through here if we can. We'll reach wood all the time here. Oh. Oh no, there's a little bit of medicine there. And some more there. Nice. Yeah, 3.5 bars, that works. Ooh. Gotta remember my laptop goes to sleep because I haven't changed the settings on it for that yet. We don't want to go in there just yet. We don't want to go in there just yet. I didn't mean to do that. I was hoping to get to that plant without triggering anything. But that turned out to be a fool's errand. Anyway, we spent the entire day travelling from that camp up past Pitchcliff back to here. So it's been a good productive day for us in a lot of ways. I might grab that campfire. I've been stopping at most of the bonfires or campfires too. So what is the time? Oh, it's a while. So we're going to do, like I said, we're going to finish off the Erend storyline and then call it a day here. Oh boy. I think in one of the earlier episodes I talked about the spire, which is that thing over there. You see it all through the game, but you don't actually go anywhere near it until the very end of the game. There's a whole section of the game just over there. I just wonder actually if that's visible on the map. Where would that be? I think it's under here somewhere. Yeah, because that's the palace and that's it there. It'll be that there. Yeah, you see it pretty much any time you're near Meridian. This is the only time you ever actually go there is the end of the game. So the game's all like, hey, this is where you'll fight the final battle of the game. Probably is possible to get there before that, but I've just never done it. I'm not sure. I've never actually attempted to because the game just never led me in that direction. Never occurred to me to try.
Not what I imagined when I was a boy, but it's decent work keeping the city safe.
Yeah, fighting this battle at night will be fun. I think last time I did this quest, it was actually during the day.
Women rising in the ranks of the Hunter's Lodge?
Yeah, damn them women getting good at hunting stuff. These people obviously know nothing about how Nora society works. Oh, speaking of cool societies, I saw Black Panther yesterday. That's a good movie. Definitely worth checking out. I would say probably one of the top 3 MCU movies, but maybe I'm wrong. But it was really good. You guys really need to see that. Let's talk to Avad, and that will probably trigger the next phase of this quest. The sun shall fall. Oh boy. When you get dark, it's sort of... Is it getting rain? That's a rainy sky, isn't it? Oh no. No, the stars are right. It's not a rainy sky. It's got green. Some of the light transitions in this game can be weird, and you get these weird sort of green nights.
I've sent a messenger to the claim to let everyone know.
If there's anything you or your clan need for her arrangements, you need but ask.
There'll be time for all of that later.
Aloy.
Yes, let's have a conversation.
I'm glad you're back. I'm at a loss about Ursa. To learn she lives, then lose that hope seems cruel.
She wouldn't want us to waste time talking. She'd want us to find Dervahl. She said he raved about smoke darkening the sun. Tell him what you found in his papers.
A letter. It mentioned a shipment of blaze being sent to a warehouse here. Only, it wasn't addressed to Dervahl. The name was Erend Forgeman. Does that mean anything to you?
Sounds familiar. Yes, a landlord. The Oseram have been buying up buildings across the city, including one under that name. Let me think. It's by the edge of the mesa, near the temple. It used to be a shop, but it could serve as a warehouse. If Dervahl used the name as an alias to buy it, he might even be there now.
I'll round up my men.
I'll meet you there.
Erend, wait. Remember that no one hates Dervahl more than your own tribe. The clans would give up much to obtain him.
Take him alive? So you can haggle over him? You can't be serious.
Our security depends on keeping the peace. If the opportunity presents itself, take him alive. Consider that a command. Aloy, a moment, please. When we spoke, Erend didn't wish to dwell on the details of Ursa's death. Understandable, of course. But now that they've been left to my imagination, those details are all I can think about. You were there. Did she suffer?
She's not the one who's suffering now. You are. She died before you could say goodbye.
Is it that obvious? You're right. I'm dwelling on my pain, not just hers. And there's only one thing left that can help. Find Dervahl and bring him before me. He will answer for his crimes.
And again, you've got these really good dialogue options there, and it's like, oh, geez, I want to choose. I mean, this game doesn't have like, there's no real morality or consequence. Like, whatever choice I made, there isn't going to affect the outcome of the game in any dramatic way, but it affects the outcome of that conversation, what you say afterwards, and it's like, oh, geez, how do you approach this? You know, you just like, look, you know, let's deal with this later. We can be like, this isn't really about her, is it? This is about you. Or you can be like, you know, well, yeah, no, she thought of you, but I mean, she actually made no mention of him. I feel like the intellectual answer there, which is what I gave, the brain answer, is the most, I don't want to say correct, but the most honest answer, because if you say she thought of you, I mean, she said nothing about Avad
I have a matter of
at
grace
all.
and beauty I would like to discuss.
And I mean, that's, you know, by the by, I mean, she was there with her brother, who she also loves very dearly, clearly. And it could probably be argued from the way it's talked about that Avad has more feelings for her than she did for him. Yeah, we did your quest. Yeah, we did that.
But I'm not choosy.
This pathing's leading me in a very odd direction. But it led me to where I need to be.
This is the place. You home, Dervahl? I got a surprise for you.
That was quite a kick. Also, I need to get better armor for Aloy at some point. Oh boy.
Or he has a surprise for us.
Is it a bomb? Doesn't look too big.
Big enough to kill us.
All right. I'll shut up.
Blaze. It must be leaking from something upstairs.
Oh, let's go upstairs. Oh boy. That's a lot of blaze.
If that bomb goes off, the blaze will ignite in a firestorm.
That's a lot of blaze.
If that bomb downstairs goes off, it'll be just what Dervahl promised. Smoke will darken the sun as the city goes up in flames. There's gotta be a way to stop it.
Let me examine.
If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller.
Well, there is a way to get rid of it.
If I try to take it apart, a booby trap will set it off.
Okay, well, that's what we've actually got to do.
If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller.
Let me use my focus, damn it. There we go.
It's a bomb, all right. Well crafted.
I've forgotten what to do here. I know that if you attack them, it just blows you up. That's a door.
It looks like a wooden bracket. Not very strong.
Oh. What can we do now?
Help me push this out.
Okay. Brute force, I'm good at that. What'll it do?
Save the city, I hope. But when the blaze falls, run for it. Because the booby trap on the bomb downstairs is gonna get set off.
Will we survive?
Probably not. Now push.
We did it! Dervahl's best shot, and Meridian's still standing.
This isn't over. Dervahl said he'd make a VOD watch.
No way. To do that, he'd have to get into the palace, and that's too heavily guarded.
Get back there, just to be sure. I'm gonna look around. Maybe Dervahl's men left something behind when they planted that bomb.
I got it. Don't worry. If he tries for the palace, he's finished.
Yep, good luck with that. I really should get an armor upgrade at some point. Yeah, investigate the area. Really? The area seems pretty on fire.
Boot tracks. With just a bit of blaze in them.
Oh, let's follow the tracks.
That explosion wasn't on purpose.
I like that there's just random NPCs there just responding to the fact that there's a huge fire in part of the city right now. It's just a detail that you know doesn't actually need to be there, but it's there, and everyone's talking about blasts now.
There's smoke rising from the edge of the mesa.
Are we under attack?
It's okay, everything's okay, nothing to see here.
Tracks lead inside. Another one of Dervahl's hideouts. This must be where Dervahl assembled the detonator. He tunneled through the wall.
Yep.
Dervahl did find a way into the palace.
Oh yeah. So this is a really neat bit because it lets you find access to a different part of the bridge that you normally go over. You're now under.
Dervahl.
Only we had some kind of radio communication device right now. Anyway, oh, whoa, no, wrong button. Should be able to. What's going on? Aloy, please. No, down, Aloy. Down. There we go. I like there's a couple of different paths you can take through there actually.
Wish I could be there to see the sun god on his knees.
God, I
Quit
found this.
carping, you chuff. Someone's got to guard the rear.
And time for some more. Nice. Handy. And that'll let us fill up our medicine pouch too, which is really handy. Gotta remember where to go. Where are we supposed to go here? Oh, that's right, there's stairs. I forgot that there were stairs. It's okay. It's late at night. I'm probably going to bed after this. I'm definitely going to bed after this. Okay, let's go up here.
Look at you, Avad. The wriggling runt of a maniac king. You robbed me of my right to kill your father, so I'll have to settle for you. I'm going to enjoy watching the Karja burn, even more because you'll be watching with me. Say goodbye to Meridian, Avad. Breathe in the stench, and choke on the ashes.
Good luck with that.
Something's wrong. It didn't? I didn't hear anything.
There's a bit of smoke rising from the mesa's edge.
No! It should be a firestorm, not some belch from a charcoal burner!
Good thing she kept those bits on her ears. Okay, time to fight.
What's this? Oh. You must be the Nora who bushwhacked my camp.
Yep.
And disabled your bomb.
Did you now? Well, bomb or no bomb, I'm gonna splatter that throne with blood. First yours, then Avad's.
So, guess what humans are vulnerable to? Oh!
Why does Avad always have his lazy... Can we fix this? I've got a sun god to kill.
Fire.
This one will take you down.
I've led an army. Killed kestrels and ravagers. A
Get
savage
it.
is nothing.
Well, that's that problem over. Jeez, that guy... I remember that guy being really hard. Oh. Helps if you hit. Boy, I remember that guy being really tough.
Don't let him sneak off.
Oh, I need to hit.
It's not over yet, Nora. Any good Oseram tinker will tell you. Always have a third plan.
Clean talks.
Bad day for one of us.
Anyway, these guys are easy to deal with. Like everything else we've fought so far, Gleamhawk's super vulnerable to fire. I'm on fire, yeah. Get on fire, then. Stop moving. This one on fire. Might actually kill it. That will kill it. Here's the other one. Just let this guy go on.
I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more in the way. Ah! Those majestic, murderous flinthawks!
Yeah, I've killed them all so far. Just there. This is what having that bonus fire damage really bites.
Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you.
Yeah, sure. You done now? Oh yeah, and there's health potions and supply crates. Oh, more of them.
Those majestic, murderous glinthawks.
Oh, I did hit it. Let me try if I had lots of it on that side. Make this one go a little bit quicker. Oh, okay.
I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more in the way.
Where'd that one go? Oh, this one's not quite as invulnerable to fire as the other ones were. Not quite as taking my fire damage.
Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you.
We got this. It's done.
Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you.
It's done.
Ah! Those majestic, murderous glinthawks.
Oh, they're dead again. It's the last one. I think. Hopefully it's the last one. Hopefully that's
I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more in the way.
Probably use a health potion anyway. Goodbye? No, goodbye. Yeah, it's done. Nope, not quite. Okay. Well, that was easier than it was the first time I did this, that's for sure. Derval, the first time I did this, I didn't really know how to use elemental vulnerabilities as well. So Derval was quite a lot tougher.
As much as I wish Ursa was here to kill you, I don't mind doing it for her.
Go ahead. I'm not afraid. Except that knowing you, Erend, you'll screw it up.
I know what you are afraid of. Going back to Mainspring in chains. Every clan in the claim wants you dead. And they know how to make it hurt. They'll even bid for the privilege.
It's just like you to get someone else to do your killing.
Shut up! You're at the Sun King's mercy now.
Okay. Talk to Derval optional. Is that Derval? The Sun King. Derval's over here, I think. So we'll do that first, because I think when I did this the first time, I actually messed this up and didn't get to talk to Derval. I would like to talk to Derval first, so we're going to talk to all three and get the solution to this. Get the resolution to this excellent quest. That's right, because he's riding in the dungeon over here.
I have a matter of grace and beauty I would like to discuss with you.
guard, not the town crier.
Here we go.
Come to gloat, Nora. Well, as you can see, busy. I get it. You want to rub it in? Well, it's not working. Ha ha. It's funny to pester the tinker in the cage. What a laugh. You think that bit of scrap on your brow makes you smart? I'll bet you couldn't have taken apart a bomb with that. Think I'm done? Think again. I've gotten out of worse scrapes. While the lunkheads in Mainspring dither over how to kill me, I'll dig myself out. Just you wait. When I get out of here, I'm gonna plant a Thunderjaw here in your bedroom. Gotta admit, it burns.
I wonder if he knows that I can override Thunderjaws and make them work for me.
Most get confused by anything more than two sticks and a string. Don't you have something better to do? Like choke on a lancehorn. You think that spear of yours is so fancy?
Wow, he's got a lot of things to say. I've never actually seen this before. I never did this.
Writing machines. Am I supposed to be impressed? Get one to serve me lunch, then I'll take notice. You're like a burr in a boot. You know that? Just so irritating. Hammer to steel. I hate you.
Oh.
Someday, I'm gonna build a machine with the specific purpose of pulling your
I almost feel like
brains
this is an Easter egg where the voice actor was just having a bit of fun and they put it in the game. That's it. He's done. Good. Oh boy. I've never seen that before. That's really funny. Okay. Gotta go this way. Sun's coming up. Not for me, in the game. It's not that late here. It's pushing on for 1 AM, so we'll probably call it night fairly shortly. Let's just go over here. And yeah, we'll do the rest of the quest, so we'll get the ending of this quest. In a lot of ways, it does feel like a bit of an ending to a sort of sub-story in the game. I know I can sprint. It's so satisfying to fire off that roll all the time. It's just such a good roll. Yeah, let's talk to Erend.
Aloy. I was just thinking about Ursa. She would have killed Dervahl on the spot. I know it. That's why she went out to meet him in the first place, to put him down. But she also told me to grow up. I gotta admit it burned a little when she said that, but I'm trying to take it to heart. And I guess growing up means putting what you should do in front of what you want to do. Right?
You're asking me? I'm pretty sure you're older.
Yeah, but I don't act like it, do I?
You did with Dervahl.
Yeah, don't give me too much credit. Part of me still wants to wait for a quiet moment and wring his neck.
Yeah, but you won't. Because you're a good captain.
Come on, stop. You're gonna make me tear up.
So, after all this, what's next for Erend Vanguardsman?
Heading back to the claim for a while. I'll get in touch with my clan and we'll lay Ursa to rest properly. Like how she would have wanted. And by that I mean less chit-chat, more drinking.
What do you think the Oseram will do to Dervahl?
First off, they'll argue about it for a long time. But whatever they come up with, it won't be quick. I can live with that. In fact, I might just drop by his cell under the sun ring to remind him what's coming.
Well...
I know. You gotta go. Killers to track, machines to master. All before breakfast. You know what? When we met, I thought I was a big shot talking to a pretty girl hidden away in the middle of nowhere. Now I see that I was just lucky to get a minute of your time. Try not to forget about me while you're out there changing the world.
I'll always have a minute for you. Maybe even two.
Two? Huh. She likes me.
I really, really love his story arc in this game. The character development you get out of him is so strong. Like, yeah, the first time you meet him, he's just this big, gruff guy. And I think I said when we first said, I said, he's going to be really good. And it's like, really? How? But no, it's so good. And that final line there. Anyway, let's talk to Avad, the Sun King.
Aloy, to say you have my gratitude feels woefully insufficient. You saved my life. You saved Meridian. And because of you, there will be justice for Ursa's murder. We can mourn her knowing the truth, without painful uncertainty. It's hard to imagine where we'd be without you. And I don't want to try. I hope you will consider staying in Meridian.
Start with this one.
Why do you want me to stay in Meridian?
I would think that would be obvious.
Not to me.
Huh. Well, to start with, you kept the city from going up in flames. You were strong, shrewd, and capable. I could use someone like you at my side.
So awkward. But again, you can throw that at him, or he can throw that. I think I chose that one last time, but I'm gonna go this way.
Thank you for the offer, but I don't think either you or I are ready for that. At least, not yet. I've got a long way to go before I find what I'm looking for, and it's gonna take me far from Meridian.
Of course. I didn't mean to presume. You are your own woman, just as Ursa was. But please, remember that you're always welcome here. I hope that today is just a sunrise for us, not a goodbye.
That's actually a better response than she gives. If you choose the intellect option there, she kind of shuts him down pretty hard. And it's actually a bit... I remember playing and thinking, that's a little bit cold even for Aloy. But yeah, no, that's actually a better response.
You know.
I suppose it's obvious how I feel. How I felt about her. She didn't just give me advice. She gave me strength. But we couldn't be together. Relations between the Karja and Oseram and Meridian were unsteady as it was. The union of the Sun King and an Oseram warrior would have led to open revolt in the city. And probably war with the clans.
Did anyone know?
Only one. Dervahl. He wanted Ursa, but she rejected him. And so jealousy became yet another of his hateful motivations.
What exactly will happen to Dervahl?
For now, he'll languish in one of the old cells under the Sun Ring here in Meridian. As for what happens after we negotiate his expedition to Mainspring, I don't want to think about it. My father was very creative when it came to inflicting suffering. But some Oseram devices surpass even his imaginings. What a waste. Dervahl is a brilliant man. I wonder what he would have accomplished if it weren't for my father's cruelty.
I know who attacked the Nora. A faction of Shadow Karja called the Eclipse. They're digging up ancient machines. Weapons they want to use to strike Meridian.
I see. What you're saying echoes whispers I've heard from Murad. A Shadow Karja splinter group. Corrupted machines across the land. When will the attack come? Do you know?
I'm not sure yet.
And we will do what we can to prepare. Keep me informed if you learn more.
Yep, so that last little part there, of course, is just dovetailing into the other main story quest. But that is pretty much the complete end of Erend's story. It's a bit of a shame that it doesn't go any further than that. There's no more... There's really not a lot more to do with him in the rest of the game. I think that's probably the only real letdown with this quest. Because otherwise it's actually quite really brilliant. And not to say the main story quest is any worse, but the main story quest isn't as character focused, I don't think. Like, it's more just Aloy's journey through the game, and you know, it's got good guys and bad guys and stuff, but it doesn't have anything like the Erend and Ursa, and you don't get that that build up of the relationship with the Sun King. And I think that this particular quest works well actually as a way of not only bringing the Sun King into the story, even though depending on how you play the game, you can completely avoid that quest altogether and just do the main story and not even do that. But if you do that quest before you get too much into the main story, the Sun King gets introduced. I was going to rest at the campfire around here, but I've forgotten where it is.
I'd like an opportunity to share a drink with
I don't know
Erend.
what even the main... Oh, there it is over there. We're going to stop there. What's to say my main quest is at the moment, actually? It's going to be to curse the darkness, so that'll be... Yeah, okay. It's level 20, and I've got those... actually, that will be our next quest. We're actually going to finish the Olin storyline before we press on. So that'll be our next thing that we'll do, probably tomorrow night if all goes according to plan. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with the stream tonight. It's been good. And yeah, this game's... Oh man, this game's so good. You guys don't even know. I'm really happy to have done it tonight. And yeah, we'll probably be back. I'm gonna 4 or 5 nights a week. We'll see how we go. I think that's a good time to do it. Either way. So just before I go, I've got something cool to show off a little bit. So if I just switch to... Wow, quite big. Just give me a moment.
He tried to kill the Sun King.
This. That
Can smell
is
the
what I
new
got
day
for my
already.
birthday. So I'm pretty happy with that. As you can imagine. And yeah, it's really nice, and I'm probably going to be using it for video related stuff. I'm thinking of doing Twitch premieres at some point, so that's probably what we'll do with that. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for the moment, and we'll go back to the regular layout. And yeah, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.